Get ready for a story you won't forget. Today on Crime Curio, we're digging into a jaw-dropping case. Imagine a dad so desperate he shoots his daughter's ex-boyfriend. What happens next will leave you stunned. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. This is the story of Mitch and Ali, a father and daughter who lived in a small town in Florida. Mitch was a protective father, always concerned about the safety of his family, especially his daughters. Ali had recently broken up with her boyfriend, James, a man who was described by his own family as kind and loving. But James had a different side when it came to his relationship with Ali. He would often say hurtful things to her, emotionally abusing her by telling her that nobody would ever love her anymore. He would also threaten to harm himself or her if she ever left him. Despite this, James still loved Ali and wanted to get back together with her. On the night of October 10th, 2018, James left a heartbreaking voicemail for Ali, expressing his regret and remorse for his actions. He said he was sorry for hurting her and that he wanted to talk to her. He also said he was going to kill himself if she didn't answer his call. Ali heard the voicemail and was worried about James. She decided to call him back and try to calm him down. She told him that she still cared about him, but that they couldn't be together anymore. She also told him that he needed to get help and that he shouldn't hurt himself. James seemed to accept Ali's decision and thanked her for calling him. He said he loved her and hung up the phone. But James had other plans. He decided to drive to Ali's house and confront her in person. He wanted to see her one last time and try to win her back. He also wanted to make sure that she was not seeing anyone else. Meanwhile, Mitch sensed something was off. His fatherly instincts told him that his daughter might be in danger. He had heard about James's abusive behavior and threats before, and he didn't trust him. He decided to take matters into his own hands. He grabbed his gun, a controversial decision that would later spark debates about self-defense and the use of firearms. He waited for James to arrive, ready to protect his daughter at all costs. As James approached Ali's house, he saw Mitch standing outside with a gun in his hand. He panicked and tried to drive away, but Mitch fired several shots at his car, hitting him in the chest. James crashed his car into a nearby tree and died on the spot. Mitch called 911 and reported what he had done. He said he acted in self-defense and that he feared for his daughter's life. The police arrived at the scene and arrested Mitch. They also found James's phone in his car, with the voicemail he had left for Ali still playing. The news of the shooting quickly spread across the town and the country. It shocked both families and the community. Mitch was charged with second-degree murder, facing up to life in prison if convicted. James's family was devastated by his death. They said he was a good person who made a bad mistake. They said he didn't deserve to die like that. They also released the voicemail he had left for Ali, showing a genuine concern and care for her. Ali was torn between her love for her father and her grief for her ex-boyfriend. She said she didn't want her father to go to jail, but she also felt sorry for James's family. She said she wished none of this had ever happened. The trial began in February 2020, with both sides presenting their arguments and evidence. The prosecution argued that Mitch acted recklessly and excessively when he shot James. They said he had no reason to believe that James posed an imminent threat to him or his daughter. They said he could have called the police or warned James instead of shooting him. The defense argued that Mitch acted reasonably and lawfully when he shot James. They said he had every reason to believe that James posed an imminent threat to him or his daughter. They said he had heard about James's abusive behavior and threats before, and he saw him driving towards his house at night. They said he had no time to call the police or warn James before shooting him. The jury deliberated for 2 days before reaching a verdict. They found Mitch not guilty of second-degree murder, but guilty of manslaughter, a lesser charge that carries up to 15 years in prison. The judge sentenced Mitch to 10 years in prison, with credit for time served. The verdict was controversial and divisive. Some people applauded the jury for finding Mitch not guilty of murder, saying he acted in self-defense and protected his daughter. Some people criticized the jury for finding Mitch guilty of manslaughter, saying he acted in cold blood and killed an innocent man. Both families were left to grapple with difficult decisions and devastating outcomes. James's family said they were disappointed and angry with the verdict, saying it was not justice for their son. Mitch's family said they were relieved and grateful for the verdict, saying it was a fair outcome for their father. The case became a focal point for debates on self-defense, emotional abuse, and the lengths to which one would go to protect their loved ones. But at the heart of it all was a tragic story of two families torn apart, forever linked by a fateful decision. And so, the story leaves us with more questions than answers. It prompts us to consider what we would do in a similar situation, how far we would go to protect our loved ones, and what the consequences of such actions could be. And there you have it, a story that encapsulates the tragic and controversial nature of this incident. It's a tale that leaves us pondering the complexities of human relationships, the ethics of self-defense, and the devastating impact of our choices. Thank you for watching this episode of True Crime. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. And don't forget to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.